Good morning, everybody. First, introduce myself. I am Dr. Mrs. Suvarna Prashant Patil, MSc, MPhil, PhD in Statistics. I am working as an Assistant Professor in Department of Statistics from Sadguru Gadge Maharaj College, Karad, Maharashtra. Today we will discuss Statistical Inference Part First. In that first topic, we discuss with point estimation. In BSc second year course, you have learned some distributions. There are some, all of you known, some discrete distributions, also some continuous distributions. In discrete distributions, we have seen some distributions just like discrete uniform distribution, Poisson distribution, Bernoulli, binomial, hypergeometric and geometric distributions. Also in continuous distribution, we have seen continuous uniform distribution, exponential distribution, chi-square distribution, very important our normal distribution, TF distributions. We have seen in all these distributions there is some constants in that function, and that constant is known as a parameter. So this is our first part as notations of a parameter. For example, let a discrete random variable x follows Poisson distribution with a parameter lambda. Then probability mass function of this Poisson distribution is e raised to minus lambda raised to x divided by x factorial. This random variable x contains countably infinite number of elements. For example, number of accidents on Mumbai-Pune highway and so on. We have seen this Poisson distribution. Here random variable x is discrete random variable, and here constant is lambda, which is greater than 0. In this distribution, here lambda is constant, and this constant lambda is known as a parameter of this distribution. So this is some example of discrete distribution. Also we have seen normal distribution with a parameter mu sigma square. This is our continuous distribution. Here a range of x is minus infinity to infinity, and PDF of x becomes 1 upon root 2 pi sigma e raised to minus x minus mu bracket square divided by 2 sigma square. Here a range of x lies between minus infinity to infinity. So this is our continuous distribution. Also range of mu is minus infinity to infinity, and sigma is greater than 0. This is continuous distribution. Here two parameters are there, mu and sigma square. Here there are two constants which are known as a parameters in this distribution, and this x is a random variable. So this is about parameters. Okay. The next concept we start with a parameter space. Okay. Parameter space is denoted by this letter. Parameter space is a set of range set of parameters. Okay. So in Poisson distribution, here lambda is our parameter, and range set of lambda is greater than 0. So this is our parameter space. Means in Poisson distribution, we write parameter space as, which is denoted by this symbol. Here parameter is lambda, and the range of lambda is 0 to infinity. So in Poisson distribution, lambda is a parameter, x is a random variable, discrete random variable, and the range set of this parameter is known as a parameter space, and in Poisson distribution parameter space is lambda greater than 0. Similarly, we take one example of continuous distribution. Here we have seen mu and sigma square are parameters. So parameter space in normal distribution becomes parameter space which is denoted by script h, this symbol, and here there are two parameters, mu and sigma square. So range of mu is minus infinity to infinity, and sigma greater than 0, and this set is known as a parameter space for normal distribution. This is for Poisson distribution. Now our problem is that point estimation, or general problem of estimation is that we have to find out value of these parameters in distribution. Suppose we have population from Poisson distribution. Okay, we have x1, x2, xn observations are taken from population, and distribution of that population is a Poisson, but Here constant unknown value is our parameter lambda. General problem of estimation in estimation theory is that we have to estimate this value of lambda. Okay, this lambda means this parameter is unknown. We have to estimate this parameter. So this problem is known as a estimation of a parameter or point estimation. Okay, we replace this parameter. How to replace this parameter? We have to take value of a parameter in such a way that that parameter represents whole population. In Poisson distribution, here parameter lambda is mean of that population, mean of that distribution, and we don't know, parameter lambda is unknown. In that case, we have to estimate value of a parameter lambda. Then how to estimate this parameter lambda? Okay, that problem is known as a problem of estimation or general problem of estimation. Okay, for that purpose we define here one statistic T of x1, x2, xn, which depends on your population. That statistic contains with random sample x1, x2, xn. All of you know, in last year or in previous years you have seen definition of statistic. What is mean by statistic? Statistic means a quantity calculated from data or from population. We have calculated some quantity. That quantity is known as a statistic. There is difference between statistic and statistics. Okay, statistic means quantity calculated from data, which is known as a statistic. For example, here we take a statistic in such a way that T of x1, x2, xn is equal to x bar, means summation xi divided by n. And statistics, if we join S, that statistic word, then definition of statistics is that data collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation. That is wide meaning. We have only chosen that statistic. Means our main problem of estimation is that we have to replace this population parameter lambda by any statistic, and that estimation of problem is known as a estimation theory. Okay, here we define such a statistic whose value can be replaced by this population parameter lambda. For example, here we denote lambda hat is equal to summation xi divided by n, which is equal to x bar. Means instead of using lambda, here we use a statistic which is known as a x bar. Okay, instead of using lambda, because lambda is unknown, we don't know value of lambda. Instead of using lambda, we have to use x bar. X bar is calculated from sample. From population we take a sample. For that sample we find out sample mean, and that sample mean is replaced by this population mean lambda. Since lambda is unknown, we replace this x bar in this PMF by lambda. Lambda is, instead of using lambda, we have used here lambda hat. Here lambda hat is equal to x bar. X bar is calculated from sample. Okay, x bar is calculated from sample, so that this PMF is known. So this estimation theory is known as a point estimation. Here this sample statistic contains only single number, whatever it may be, 2.5, 3, 3.5. Only we have take here means only single number. So that single number is known as a point estimate. Okay, this is point estimator and these are point estimate. Instead of using a point estimator, here also we use interval estimation theory. First we see difference between estimator and estimates. Then what is mean by estimator and estimates? First we discuss difference between estimator and value of this estimator is known as a estimate. Then what is mean by estimator? Estimator means any statistic which is denoted by T of x1, x2, xn, which is taken from sample. That statistic is known as a estimator. For example, x bar is an estimator and value of that estimator, suppose it is 2.4, then that value is known as a estimate. This is the difference between estimator and estimate. Here this statistic is calculated from sample, which is a function taken from sample. That function is known as a estimator, and value of that estimator is known as a estimate. Here only one value becomes, since x bar is equal to only one value you have taken. So that value is only 1 point. So that point is known as a point estimate. Okay. So this is your point estimator and this is point estimate. And this estimation theory is known as a point estimation theory. Suppose instead of taking point estimate, if we have take interval, instead of taking only one statistic, if we take two statistics, for example, T1 of x1, x2, xn, and another statistic we take here, T2 of x1, x2, so on up to xn. Then we have find out interval, and that interval is known as a interval estimation theory. Means our parameter lies in between this interval with high probability. Okay, we have taken interval. Suppose we have what interval here? Our parameter lies between 2 to 4. Our parameter may be 2.4, it may be 2.3, 2.9, 3.999, 3.2, 3.4, whatever may be value lies between 2 to 4. Means we have get wide separation of that value instead of taking only single value. Okay, single value is point estimate, and if we take interval, then it is known as a interval estimate. This is known as a point estimation, this is known as a interval estimation. Okay. Then next problem arises that which is the best estimator to replace our population parameter. We have to find out estimator in such a way that it satisfies following properties. Our main target is that how to find out this estimator. Our main target is that we have to find out these estimators. We have several estimators. We have not find out estimates. This is not our target. These are point estimate. We have to find out estimators. We have several estimators. Then which is the best estimator? That is main problem. Means we have some properties. If that estimator satisfies all these properties, or maybe any one property, then we say that that is the best estimator, not estimate. We have find out so many estimates, but our target is that we have to find out best estimator. Okay. Then what are the properties of best estimators? There are certain properties. First one is that unbiasedness. Unbiasedness. Second property is that sufficiency. Third one is efficiency. These are some properties of estimators. For that we have find out best estimator. Next property is that consistency. Okay. These are some properties. By using this property we have find out best estimator. In that today we will discuss with first property, unbiasedness. Means our estimator is how to find out estimator such that it satisfies these properties. If our estimator satisfies these properties, then that is the best estimator, which is replaced by population parameter when population parameters are unknown. Since our estimator is calculated from sample statistic. In that today we will discuss with first property, unbiasedness. Then what is mean by unbiasedness? First we discuss some definition. Suppose let T of x1, x2, so on, xn is a random sample or is a statistic taken from sample. Then this statistic is said to be unbiased estimator. This statistic means our estimator. This estimator or this statistic is said to be unbiased estimator for unknown population parameter theta if expected value of this statistic is that population parameter theta. In that case our main example is that suppose let x1, x2, xn be random sample taken from any distribution whatever may be, it may be discrete or continuous, and theta is unknown population parameter. Okay, then we have find out replacement for this unknown population parameter theta. We find out statistic such that it is an unbiased estimator of theta, means expected value of that statistic is equal to theta. This is our main target. If expectation of t is equal to theta, then we say that this statistic is unbiased estimator for theta. Meaning is that if you take on an average this statistic, average or mean of this statistic, then we find out on an average mean of this statistic is theta. So this is a representative figure of this our unknown population parameter. Then how to find out unbiased estimators? There are several examples. In some distributions we have start with several examples how to find out unbiased estimators for unknown population parameter in next lecture. Thank you.